Good evening, Bante.
Good evening, Aliana. We can
Should
start
we start
whenever
now?
you're ready. Yes, please.
Thank you, Bante.
We can start whenever. Yes, please.
Thank you, Bante. Good evening, Bante and all Kalyana Mita Sukihontu. I'm Aliana and welcome to TRV Friday Sīla discussion by Bante Dr. Veḻudvāreyya Chandima. Tonight's class is the day 186 of Sutta discussion, the second class of Veḻudvāreyya Sutta with topic Threefold Purification of the second precept, Sīla, not stealing or protecting of others. Sorry, Bante. Or protecting of other, protecting what belongs to others. Tonight, class. Veḻudvāreyya Sutta is the 18th sutta that has been chosen by Bante Chandima for this sutta discussion series. Tonight's class is sponsored by Brother Kenny Lim Ken Ho in concurrent on his birthday, and also by Sister Ong Kiat Bin on the birthday of her mother, Madam Lee Suan Eng. Happy birthday, and may the merit accrued bring good health, safety, prosperity, happiness, and becoming the supporting factor in the smooth path in attaining Nibbana. For those who have missed our previous classes, please check on Ti-Ratana Vihara YouTube channel. We have uploaded the previous class there. We are always welcoming newcomers. Please share around about this class with other family and friends. So whoever that wish to join the class via Zoom, where we can engage directly with Bante, can contact the Vihara from Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp. Our speaker, Bante Dr. Veḻudvāreyya Chandima, was a professor of Buddhist philosophy in Department of Philosophy at Ateneo de Manila University, Philippines. His recent peer-reviewed article, Socrates and Early Buddhist Medical Ethics, Foundation of Moral Reasoning in Care of Body and Mind, 2025, was published in Buddhi, a journal of ideas and culture of Ateneo de Manila University. He also presented his latest research at annual meeting of the American Academy of Religion, or AAR, in Boston, USA, in a paper titled Custodian Without Ordination, the Guardianance Tradition and Monastic Succession in 17th Century Sri Lanka. You can check on Patisotta with the link www.patisotta.blogspot.com, or can follow Bante from Patisotta Facebook account. Without further ado, we welcome once again Bante, and as always, thank you very much for wonderful guidance and teaching. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Aliana, for the introduction. Good evening, Dhamma friends. Welcome to Sutta discussion D186 today. So let us start out with the discussion by paying respect to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Right, so today we are going to go into the second important aspect of Veḷudvāreyya Sutta. So this sutta has to be pronounced as Veḷudvāreyya, Veḷudvāreyya, and sometimes it is pronounced as Veḷudvāreyya Sutta. So here Veḷudvāreyya means, what is Veḷudvāreyya? Anybody?
Bamboo gate.
Huh?
Bamboo gates.
Yeah, bamboo
is
gate.
bamboo.
It's a place, right?
Yeah.
It's a place. So then it refers to the people who lived in that place. And then the Buddha went to this place on his travels. And then what happened? They approached the Buddha and then they asked him to give a Dhamma talk about what is very applicable to them. And then the first thing that the Buddha told them to be reborn in a better place and also to be happy is to practice what did the Buddha asked them to do in the first place. This is about our last session, last Friday. The Buddha asked Veḷudvāreyya Brahmins to practice
Abstain from killing by myself.
Sīla, right? The first
Yes, Sīla.
Sīla, but this Sīla refers to not killing, and not killing with regard to 3 types of not killing. That means one has to personally avoid killing, and one has to then
Encourage
encourage others also not to kill. And third,
praise and
one has to
promote the
praise,
value of non-killing.
talk good about not killing. That means even when you want to practice Sīla, you have to fulfill these 3 requirements with regard to Sīla. You cannot say that, I don't kill, so I'm good. And I have the precepts. That means you need to encourage other people also not to kill, and then to praise about not killing activity. So today we are moving on to the second part. The second part is about stealing, not stealing, right? What is the Pali word for this? Not stealing? Pali word is Adinadana. That means we are not supposed to take what was not given, right? But the thing is, as time changes, there are different types of not stealing or stealing can happen in this world. So first, let's take a look at what the Buddha said, and then we will get into explanations. Right? Threefold purification of the precepts, Sīla. Now, may I ask you why it is threefold? Why it is threefold? You can see that in order for you to purify from the wrong side of the Sīla precept, you need to fulfill the 3 aspects of that particular Sīla. Now here you can see this threefold purification is talking about I don't take what's not given, and I encourage others to refrain from stealing, and I speak in praise of abstaining from taking what's not given, right? And on the other day, we were talking about the difference between avoiding, refraining, and abstaining. May I ask you, how did we discuss that? What is the difference between avoiding, refraining, abstaining in English terms? That means we cannot use them in all places. Depending on the Dhamma context, we have to use them. Avoiding means you avoid, you ignore, right? And refraining, you refrain means you are trying to avoid in a sense, and it can be a little bit non-deliberate too. Perhaps there are people who are pushing them to avoid certain things. They try to push them, force them not to do it. Refraining has that part too. But what about abstaining? Abstaining means you are going to avoid that particular activity deliberately, right? You are going to avoid it deliberately. Why is it deliberately? What's the importance of avoiding akusala, especially with regard to the precepts, deliberately? Why it is very important?
Because it's demeritorious, you will have the vipaka.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
They will cause bad karma, unwholesome deeds.
Okay. Others? Why it is very important to deliberately avoid? It is because this deliberate part means volition. It's not the avoidance itself. That means when you are supposed to avoid something that is akusala, you have to do it with volition. That means you know that this is not good to you. That is why you are going to avoid it. In the earlier activity, mere avoidance, may not have that deliberate part. Maybe the refraining part also may not include that deliberate thing, volitional part. But when we say abstinence or abstaining has the deliberate avoidance. So that means that is the moment where you create karma with your precepts. Then where should you be very concerned about? The deliberate part of the avoidance. So then, when you are taking precept, what you are doing, are you trying to avoid killing, or are you trying to refrain from killing? Are you trying to abstain from killing? You're supposed to
Abstain from killing.
abstain from killing. You are deliberately avoiding. You know it is not good. And then in that deliberate avoiding, which we call as abstinence, it has 3 things to do. Now we discuss about non-killing, and today we are talking about not stealing. Okay, so on the other hand, this means protecting what belongs to others, right? Now, when you look at evolutionary activities, are people really bothering each other or maybe on their own about what they own in their life? Now think about animals. Our animals become very aggressive when other animal in the same species going to trespass their territory. Are they? Are they going to be very worried? Are they going to be very aggressive? Huh?
Yes.
They are, right?
Yes, Bante.
Yes.
Yes,
They become
Bante.
very defensive and aggressive. Think about there is a cat living in a certain area. A new cat is to come to this area. The one who was living there for some time becomes a little bit aggressive. Doesn't want to welcome that new cat. Right? You don't come to my area. So I think it's very normal for us to understand that the feeling of what you call belonging to certain things, right? So everybody wants to be defensive. Everybody mostly they show that they want to protect what they own. So in that case, if you look at it from the human life, it is definitely clear that nobody would like to lose what they have, especially nobody would like to lose anything that they have in a way that other people are going to steal it, right? So we look at it in that perspective. That means everybody treasures what they own in their own life. That's why protecting what belongs to others is very important. Even in today's world, you see, we have some kind of understandings about things like lost and found. When somebody forgets to carry the wallet or the purse or anything, right? Sometimes there are very good people who are going to return what the other person forgot, maybe lost, but it's not all the time happening, right? So there are so many things that are happening across the world all the time, right? So that means it's very important to protect what others belong in a way that we can. So then we are practicing this not stealing thing. Now, even when you are not going to take anything from an office, let's say you are working for a government office or anywhere, that also means that you are really caring about the people who should deserve receiving those things, right? Things like that also apply to not stealing. All right, let's go take a look at the text now. It can be all read in a way. Adinadana, abstaining from taking what's not given. Punacha parang gahapatayo arya savako iti patisang chikkati. Yoko me adinang teya sankhatang adi yeya. Na metang assapiyang manapang. Ahang cheva ko pana parassa adinang teya sankhata adi yeya. Parassa pitang assa appiyang amanapa. Yoko myayang dhammo appiyo amanapo. Parassa peso dhammo appiyo amanapo. Yoko myayang dhammo appiyo amanapo. Katahang parang tena sanyo jayanti. So iti patisankhaya attanacha adinadana pativiratu hoti. Parancha adinadana veramaniya samadapeti. Adinna dana veramanya cha vannang bhasati. This is the most important thing to learn actually. And then eva massa yang kaya samacharo tikoti parisuddho hoti. In the examples coming up. Can we understand this part? Puna. Punacha parang. Puna means? What
Again,
does puna mean? Puna.
Again.
Again, right? Again. Because why it is again? Why again? It is referring to the previous one. That means Buddha is trying to say
Repeating.
something relevant to the previous one, or maybe in the same vein. Cha aparang, another one. That means you can say furthermore. Gahapatayo, householders. Arya Savako. Arya Savako means the noble
noble disciple.
disciple. Iti, in this way, Patisang Chikkati reflect. Okay. Now, actually, when we say Patisang Chikkati, this means definitely wise reflection.
Reflection.
So that means what do you need here now? You need the Ambaratika Rahula Sutta's wise reflection, right? You need that here. Otherwise, you cannot understand what you're supposed to do. So, you need wise reflection to do this. Yoko me adinna teya sankatang adiyeyya. Okay. Yoko me adinna teya sankatang adi. If someone were to take from me what has not been given, you means someone. Adinna teya sankatang me adiyeyya. If someone is going to steal something from me that was not given. Nametang asapiyang manapa. That is not piyang and manapa. Piyang means not pleasing to me, not agreeable to me. That means if someone is going to steal anything from you, you are not happy, right? You are not happy. It's not a good thing, for you. So now the Buddha is asking us to think about not stealing or stealing in our own way. Can you think about what could happen to you when you think like this? Now, let's say someone is going to steal something from someone. But at the same time, there's a thought comes to him, his or her mind. What if someone is going to steal the same thing from my house, my life, my family? Would that be a good motivation for that person to keep stealing? That could be.
Yes.
That wouldn't be a good feeling for that person. Perhaps there is a certain, what you call, motivation for that person not to do it. Right? That is the first thing the Buddha asks us to think about. Second, ahancheva kopana parassa adinnam teya sankatang adi. If I also were to take, if I am also to take from parassa, other people's stuff that are not given to me, that were not given to me, teya sankatang adi. If I am also going to take things that were not given to me, but owned by other people, that is also not going to be good for them. They will not also feel happy about parasapi, others. Tang asa appiyang amanapa. They will also not be happy if I take what was not given. Now you might be thinking, what about two thieves are going to think about this? Thief A, thief B. What could be their situation like? But anyway, here the Buddha is telling us to think about that. What if other person is to think, other person is not happy, not agreeable if I do this, And also, I'm also not happy. I'm also not going to be okay if someone is going to take my stuff in that way. Then, yoko myayang dhammo appiyo amanapo parassa peso dhammo appiyo amanapo. Whatever is appiyo means unpleasant, right? Amanapo is agreeable to me is likewise parassa peso dhammo appiyo amanapo. Whatever is unpleasant and disagreeable to me is likewise unpleasant and disagreeable to another. Now, we are not talking about the personal likes and dislikes, okay? There are so many differences among many. But this is more about akusala side. Right? And then, yoko myayang dhammo appiyo amanapo katahang parantena sanyojeyat. Whatever is unpleasant and amanapo, disagreeable to me, katang ahang. Aham means I. Katang how. How could I? Sanyojeyat. How could I inflict that same thing upon another? Right? So there's a question. If I would dislike this happening to me, how could I do it to someone else? So this way, iti patisankhaya, having wisely reflected, attanacha adinnadana pativirato hoti. You are going to abstain from taking what has not been given. You are not going to steal. And not even that, the second one, that means parancha adinnadana viramaniya samadapeti. You are also samadapeti. You are also encouraging other people to practice what has not been given. Adinnadana veramaniya cha vannang bhasati. That's the third. That means veramaniya vannang bhasati. You are also speaking in praise about abstaining from taking what has not been given. Right? Now, when we think about samadapeti, samadhiyami, samadapeti, can we discuss these two words? The first one is samadhiya. Samadhiya means I take precept, see, and then samadapeti. I cause others to take precept, right? And then here, the second one, I praise about not stealing. So now when we look at these three activities, there's something interesting, can be seen. Now, when you take 5 precepts, how are you taking 5 precepts? Can you tell me adinnadana? Adinnadana? How do you take it? How do you take the second precept? Adinnadana viramani.
Ikapadang samadhiyami.
Samadhiya. Samadhiya means I personally take it. Right? Maybe I renew it or I personally samadhiya. Right? Actually, Sangha members are not supposed to have you I mean, have to repeat it. I mean, they don't have to say and you have to repeat. You have to tell it in your own way, because samadhiyami means it is from the first person. Because Sangha members don't have to take that, right? They are not supposed to take 5 precepts. So that means, I mean, if things are really good, if the devotees understand this, Sangha members have to say now, pay homage to the Buddha 3 times, and we will go to the refuge, Buddha Dhamma Sangha, first, second, third, and then take precepts. And you say, I take the precept, Panatipata Veramani Sikkapada Samadhiyami. Samadhiyami means you take it in the first, what do you call? First case. And then Adinadana Veramani Sikkapada Samadhiyami. Right? They can guide you. But normally the grammar of the precepts say that you are going to take it in your own way. Otherwise, you simply follow a Sangha member. Right? But actually, there is something interesting. When you take precept by yourself, you start thinking about it. Right? Because some people have a belief that, oh, no, I have to take precept from someone who has precepts. Well, the first case, yes. In the first case, at the beginning of your practice, you might have taken that. But then if you take by yourself, then you think, no, I have to take it seriously. That's what we understand by samadhiya. And now samadhapeti means you encourage other people to practice. How many things you are asking other people to practice? Huh? You go to a nice restaurant, the same day you are telling other people, I had good food today, and then go to that place. We normally encourage other people in many ways. Right? But what about the practice? Right? And also, when some people are to think about this encouraging other people, they always encourage only certain aspects of the spiritual path. But the Buddha asks us specifically to encourage others not to do the akusala version of the precept. Right? Now think about, you may encourage other people with regard to meditation. Right? You may encourage other people to do dana. You may encourage other people to listen to a Dhamma talk. But what about Sīla? Right? What do you think? Do people like hearing some advices about Sīla from the other person in this world? Not that much, right? It's like a what do you call, a list of do's and don'ts in many cases. Why are you telling me what to do, what not to do? But you may suggest some good things. But the Buddha says here, if you really want to encourage others, encourage Sīla. Other things are secondary. Ask them not to, do these things. So here, not stealing. That is called samadhapeti. Third one, I praise about not stealing. Praise. May I know how to praise? How to praise? How do we praise in our daily life? What are we really praising about? Can you think about today, August 21st, Friday? What were you praising about today? I think we praise a lot. We praise different things, right? Sometimes things that we have achieved, sometimes things that our friends and families achieved, our people achieved, our countries achieved, right? A lot of things. But the Buddha says, if you really want to praise about the Sīla. That is also part of your purification. So you will never approve, acknowledge any stealing. You will never approve, acknowledge any killing, right? You will talk about the opposite of that. So this is what we basically understand. So if you are really trying to understand about this second purification, what you call it is threefold, not stealing, then you are supposed to definitely, this part you understand, you don't take what was not given, and you encourage, and then you praise about not stealing. And then after that, eva massayang kaya samacharu tikoti parisuddu hoti. Eva means in this way, ayang kaya samacharu. Samacharu means bodily conduct, because not stealing is this is a bodily conduct, right? And then becomes tikoti, 3 aspects, parisuddu, purified. That means if you really want to purify your bodily conduct, you also need to follow this purification, then only you will become really purified. Now, we come up with a lot of other questions about this. One thing is that, is stealing only the materialization of the stealing, physical act of stealing, or can people steal by having certain thoughts about? Someone is to think, I want to steal, but you don't steal, but you mentally you want to steal something. Can we talk about that mental stealing kind of thing? I think that's very interesting. What do you think about that? Now, we are normally looking at people who are going to steal physically, money, objects, and things like that, right? But what about stealing by mind? Stealing as a thought? What do you think about it? Do people go through that in their life?
Yes,
They
Bante.
do.
Yes, Bante.
How? What are the examples?
Stealing somebody's idea, Bhante.
Someone's idea. What did you say? Someone's?
Idea, or yeah, is in the someone's thought is the idea.
A design, in that sense,
a
design,
design.
a creation.
Yeah. I mean, that's also kind of physical in a way, right? The idea was already, seen from outside, but there's someone who wants to steal it, right? Something like that, right?
Bante, how about planning to steal something?
Yes, that's what I'm asking you now. Now, someone is intending to steal something. Halfway of the thought, the person withdraws it. I don't want to do it. I don't like it. I will get caught. What do you think? Because if karma is volition, then when you do the action, it's going to be worse. But action was not happen. The physical stealing didn't take place, but mental stealing already happened.
Yeah,
If
Bante.
karma is mental, right? Initially, karma will be more after that. Karma will be starting from mental, then verbal, and then behavioral, right? So, I mean, as you go from one area, from mental to the verbal, you create more akusala, and then behavioral could be the pinnacle, the bigger version of the akusala. But I'm saying then, if karma is volition, then it can start from the mind. Now, even a robber who is going to steal something, even someone who is going to physically steal something, is coming up with a thought in the first place, right? I want to steal it. Then that person goes and steal also physically. Now I'm asking those people who had the thought, but they did not steal physical. What do you think about it?
Yeah, but they,
Yes,
since the mind is the forerunner of all things, everything starts with the mind. So that's the most important and most karmic effect, when you think about it. Then the action will follow, the speech will follow.
Okay. Yeah, I think we understand then. What could be the examples for this intention to steal? So that means if someone is having an intention, perhaps a plan after that, intention, a plan, but not yet done anything. Let's say an intention or maybe a possible plan. What do you think? Is that person creating bad karma, akusala?
Yes.
Or not?
Yes, mental.
Yes.
How it's a very interesting
also-
question. How much akusala would that person create? Because he or she has not materialized the physical part of the stealing. What do you think compared to that?
50%, Bante,
The
50%.
intrinsic
Would be less.
evil tendency is already there in the person's
Yeah.
mind, the chitana. The volition already happened mentally.
Yes.
Yeah, volition happened insofar as not doing it yet.
Yeah.
The volition happened, but sometimes volition is too strong for that person to go and steal physically. That's why Abhidhamma, if you learn Abhidhamma at a certain point, Abhidhamma says something called Javana, Javana. Javana means intensification of your volition. Inside this volition has an intensification level. That means not all the kusala, akusala happen the normal way that we understand. I will say intention to steal, but then withdrew from that. You said 50-50, but it can be different sometimes, But anyway, what I want to say is that it is still creating some sort of akusala level. Some sort of akusala, but not yet a full akusala, right? But if someone is aware about it from wise reflection, which is studied under Ambalatika Rahulvada Sutta, that person is creating more kusala at that point. Why? In the Ambalatika Rahulvada Sutta, Buddha told his son Rahula, what he said, Rahula, when you check whether what you think
Before, during, and after.
is harmful to you, to others, to both of you, and when you know whether it is akusala, you have to do 3 maneuvers. What are the 3 maneuvers? Can we go to the third part? I think we can go back to a revision today about that sutta also, because it is connected to this. What did the Buddha say? Before a thought, during a thought, and after a thought. What did the Buddha say? Now let's say you are going to think about something, and the Buddha asks us to check it. That's it. There's nothing to do. Just check it. How to check it? Whether this particular thought is harmful to me, harmful to others, harmful to the both. Just a normal checking. Because you haven't thought about it. You're going to think about it. That stage has passed now. And now you are on the thinking. Now what you should do? Again, you have to follow the same checking. What checking is that? The thought that I am having right now is harmful to me, harmful to others, harmful to both of us. Or whether this thought is kusala or akusala. What if on the thought you understand that this is an akusala, harmful thought? What you're supposed to do?
Be ashamed of it.
I'm asking according to the sutta.
Bante, be ashamed of it.
No, not yet. Not yet. That is the third stage. That's why I'm telling you. I'm trying to ask you. Don't jump into that. Still, the thought is happening right now. It's happening. in the present moment.
You
Now you are
stop the thought.
checking and you find out it's an akusala, it's a harmful thing. What you should do right away?
Stop the thought.
If it is akusala, you need to withdraw yourself from that.
Withdraw.
People call it,
Restrain.
better we say withdraw.
Pause.
You
Pause.
withdraw means you
Pause.
withdraw
Withdraw.
yourself
Yeah.
from that thought. You don't let it happen. We call it patisanghareyasi. You withdraw it. What if the thought that you are on right now is a good one, beneficial to you, beneficial to others? Kusala, what should you do?
Carry on.
Anupada jayasi, which means continue.
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 Yeah.
Okay. Now we are on the thought. Let's say in a moment of time, already thought happened, everything happened. Now it's a follow-up time about a previous thought. Now what should you do? Again, the same checking has to happen. What checking is that? Again, you are going to think now the past thought. The thought I went through just now, was it harmful to me, harmful to others, harmful to the board? And was it unwholesome or wholesome? What if the thought I had was unwholesome? What should I do? Now it's a follow-up time. Then what Sister said?
Ashamed. Be ashamed.
Attiyati harayati jigucchati. Attiyati means you have to feel troubled by that. I'm in trouble. I was in trouble. I have to accept that. Atti harayati. I have to feel ashamed. This is not who I wanted to be. This is not the thought I wanted to have in that moment. Harayat. Jigucchati, you feel disgusted about what? About you or the thought?
The thought.
The thought. Don't feel disgust about you. Right? That will create some hatred, self-hatred. You are going to feel disgusted about that thought, which I should have
Be ashamed.
avoided at that point, earlier. So then, attiyati harayati jigucchati, feeling trouble, feeling ashamed, feeling disgusted about the thought is what you're going to do after the thought. Now go back to the stealing point now here. Now there's someone who is on the stealing thought. Now can we think about some examples? Stealing means now you associate another family. You see that their children are very good and partners are very so much connected. They have so much affinity. Then how you think? Do people come up with jealousy for other families sometimes? Do they? That family is so good. They're so connected. They are nice spending time. I mean, the way how you look at it, maybe not, right? The children are also really taking care of their everybody. Nice family, good family. And then immediately, if your mind is not very trained enough, you compare to yourself. How about my family? Right? This is one small example. So then, what if I have someone like that in my life, in my family? Right? This is something like that. Then what about you are looking at a certain person about wealth, about what you call reputation, even about the practice, right? Anything can give you a sense of feeling about, sense of some kind of feelings about that particular phenomenon. So let's say now, as a matter of that, you are coming up with the thought of stealing, right? So what should you do according to the sutta we discussed just now? Ambalatika Rahula Sutta. It depends on where I am in that thought, right? Am I before, am I during, am I after? What if the stealing thought is happening right now? What should you do? Now the stealing of, you come up with the stealing thought, I want to take it, but it was not given to me. Now what should I do with the Ambalatika Rahula Sutta's teaching?
Bante, with wise reflection,
when we know that it's harmful to me, it's harmful to others, harmful to both of us, then it's akusala. That means we have to stop the thought first.
So we have a maneuver to do. We have to check it, right? We
Yes.
have to check it. We have to explore that thought. Exploring doesn't mean I have to explore my stealing thought. I have to do my own investigation, just like how the Buddha told all of us in the Ambalatika Rahula. Immediately we have to do. We don't have time. You don't have lots of time. In that short moment, you gotta do it. Because if you couldn't do it, you will make it a full thought, depending on where you are. So now here, we go back again. Even stealing as a thought is a problem of our training, Sīla Samadhi Panya practice. So we need to not even abstain from outside physical stuff, physical people. We also abstain this akusala thought of stealing as well. Not even the stealing as a physical object only. Right? That's why the Buddha is said, Buddha never makes an akusala even by secret. He even didn't do akusala secretly. How many people make akusala secretly, wishing ill will, wishing a lot of bad things for other people in this global politics, I wish if that happened, right? Why is it? Sometimes our training, the akusala thoughts go very faster than our training, right? They are much faster than how we are supposed to train us. What do you call it in Pali? Proliferation, papancha. Because sometimes our training becomes very like micro, become very micro. Our macro thinking is the proliferation. Like things become very proliferated very fast because we don't know how to train us. That's why the Buddha says, even you have to take care of your thoughts with regard to the stealing. Okay, not even this is applicable to stealing, also panatipata, not killing as well. Also for the next one, kamasumicchachara. Now let us take a look at some of the examples of these three purifications. I don't take what's not given up. I don't steal. I encourage other people not to steal, and I talk good about not stealing, protecting. Let's see some of the examples in the modern life, and then we will find out how to understand them. Okay, I have given, I think, 6, depending on the time. Okay, I personally abstain from stealing. That is what you take. Now let's see. Do not take someone's physical property. Take money, belongings, food, other possessions without permission. Now, what do we mean by permission here? Permission, consent, right?
Consent or
Consent is very important. Why it is very important to take consent, especially in today's world?
If one give consent, that means you have you are allowed to take.
Let's say you are riding a MRT, LRT, or a train, a public transportation, and you want to sit down somewhere, and you are going to politely ask before, right? Even because you are concerned about the other person's space, right? This is one. Let's say you go to a restaurant, you want to take an extra chair from somewhere where there are people, you're going to politely ask. This also goes to even to that level, right? So that means we are not going to invading other people's stuff, right? That is very important. So that is the first thing that I wanted to talk. Second is respect intellectual property. This is very interesting, right? Creative work and copying them and presenting them as one's own. In today's world, you can impersonate a lot of things, right? Why is it? AI, and a lot of other gadgets and applications, right? So we have to be very careful when we publish, when we post things, especially from other people. You can create your own AI. That's a different thing. But what if you copy it from somebody and then you are trying to post on your own, right? So that's something that you can really be concerned about. Third, pirate digital content, illegal downloading, and all these softwares and materials. What do you think about that? Pirate digital content. Is it Adinadana? It is Adinadana.
Yes.
Yes.
If you cannot afford it, you better find a better way to download it in a proper way. But it is not good to become a pirate and then to download in that way, because Adinadana is not even what do you call taking what's not given, but also it has some connections to the
Breaking of the law.
breaking of the law is one thing, and the other thing is that you are trying to take the
The credit
materials,
from other people.
digital materials that were not really
Yes.
belong to you,
Mm.
right?
Can't
Now
say
this,
is
yes,
actually it's also stealing people's livelihood when you start stealing their copyrighted materials, like you don't pay to watch their movie in a cinema, you just download.
yes,
So it's
yeah,
also stealing their livelihood.
Yes, yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It also goes to that level, right? Yeah.
Intellectual piracy.
Yes. And also, what do you think about things like situations that you are trying to be very curious about what other people do, and you are, of course, potentially can be a gossiper's role at the end. You always want to see what they are doing privately, right? Your eyes are always on the look for those things that you shouldn't be concerned about, right? That could also be a kind of trespassing in that way. And finally, people are saying that, some people, they misuse this idea, but it is not that bad if you look at it from a normal perspective. That means we have to respect other people's life too, right? So there are so many
Mercy.
things we look at that way. Be honest with money. Do not manipulate expenses, receipts, refunds, taxes, or financial records for personal gain. This is very interesting, right? Think about a refunding activity. In some countries, you can buy a very expensive electronic gadget, okay? And then their refund policy is 1 month, right? That means, let's say you buy a very expensive camera, and then you can refund it within 1 month. But what if someone wants to have a very stealing plan? The person is a camera person, and the person goes to the shop, that kind of shop, and then buy that very expensive camera. Why the person is buying that? Because there is a wedding or photography event coming up. And after the event, this person done all the recording, everything, and put that expensive camera in the original box and brings to the shop saying, okay, I want to return. The return policy is 1 month. Now the third week, wedding finish in the second week. That's why I'm not satisfied. So I want to return. And then the person returned. Actually, that 1 month return policy is there for a really frustrated person about the camera functions. But this person goes to a couple of shops and buy one camera from here, another one from the other shop, and returning all these gadgets within 1 month, right? And then the shop cannot sell it to other people after that. So what do? They have to sell those gadgets that were returned on the Black Friday, the people trying to come into the shop very badly because they cannot sell it again. So that means sometimes good things are also being misused by people. I think it's a Ti-Ratana. One thing is the return policy. And what about the insurances? Insurances, that could be also the same thing, right? And what are the other examples of modern day things like that with regard to the receipt, refunding, returning, and all these things? Any other thoughts in your experiences?
Yeah, yes. Bante, there are people who order food and then
Very interesting.
after eating or almost finishing, a strand of hair drops into the bowl. And then they use that as an excuse to
Not to pay.
complain to the shop and restaurant and get a refund back or get a new bowl of noodle or whatever
I see.
to replace.
Yes, it is.
It
See, these
happened that
are,
way, yeah.
yeah. So people can even misuse a normal restaurant event, right?
Yes,
Restaurant
yes.
experience, right? And what are the other examples? I would like to know. So, I mean, then we will discuss about it and how to avoid these stealing habits, right? That are happening, perhaps unwillingly. Other examples?
Bante, some clothing.
Yes. Yes, keep on.
Yeah, clothing.
Clothing. Okay,
Yes.
how does it happen with regard to the clothing experience?
They actually bought the clothes to wear it for a certain function, and then they refund it.
And return it and
Yeah,
get
that's right. Yeah,
refunded.
they get
Yeah,
a
just like
refund.
that expensive camera. Yes. Yeah. See? And then,
same goes, sorry,
yes.
same goes to handbags, especially for some of the women. They just like to take expensive handbags, and then after that, just to show off to the friends that they have all this, and then they went to return and get a refund.
Get a refund. Yes. That means when you want to show off, you will have to steal, right? For those people. And who's the other one? Yes, Pauline, you want to say anything?
Bante, what
Yes.
about if a company, they sell holiday packages and part of the deal is that they give you like half rate for the hotel, you go there and then so long that you sit 1.5 hours through their talk and their promotion talk, then you get like half rate for the hotel. But then you go there without very clear that you will not buy their holiday package. Is that? But it is actually legal because you just need to attend 1.5 hours of their promotional advertising talk. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there?
misusing the
Yeah, but
promotional offer, right?
you're not, yeah, it's perfectly actually legal that you go there and you do not buy their package, but you
Yeah.
go there without you knowing very well you will not be buying their package, but you just
I
want to
see.
enjoy the half rate,
Okay.
half hotel rates.
Yeah.
That
So that
be
means there's someone who has a pre-thought. I go there, I use this promotional offer, but I really don't
not
participate.
going
But
to
just to
buy into
yeah, but just to
what they are
enjoy that.
selling. Yes.
Yeah. Well, yes. Because the thing is, those people, the people who are arranging that event, they have limited spots. Maybe there's someone who really wants to go for the second thing, the buying purchasing activity, because the person who you said now is going to prevent that opportunity for that person, right? That person really cause the real person not to buy that package at that point, just because the person wants to just experience them. Any other examples?
Bante, what about bribery and corruption? Not at the individual level, but at the company level, via one of the most common ways is contract procurements. it is very evidently widespread, yeah, at least in Malaysia. And what are Bante's thoughts about this kind of bribery on a contractual and at a procurement level?
Well, I think in every country, we don't have to focus on one country. Every country may have these issues in their own way, and especially even the bidding process. I mean, the bidding process, and then how to accept the proper bid and whole, as you said, the procurement process, and things that are happening behind the scene, right? Of course, they are adinada. But the problem is, again, like what Sister Ong mentioned about the bag experience, or and then the food experience, what other people said here, all these are personal. I mean, they have the thing is that why people are doing all these? Are they trying to avoid certain things? Are they trying to cut through certain difficulties to get to something, right? So the thing is, according to Buddhism, the thought of stealing, the thought of taking what's not given, of course, if you look at the contracting process, procurement process, if they have this kind of a thing, definitely it will lead to adinada. Now, in one of my retreat places where I have conducted, somebody shared about pharmacy situation. That's very interesting. I think the pharmacist is going to give certain medications without a prescription. But the problem is the person understands this person, the customer who is asking this medication, cannot afford it, cannot afford to get it as a prescription from a doctor. So these customers coming to his pharmacy and asking, can you give this medication? And the pharmacists understand it's illegal to give a prescription, prescribed medication, because he was not given the prescription. But he also knows the person is really going through a cancer. Very interesting. The person is going through a cancer and the person needs that particular medication, but he or she cannot afford seeing an oncologist or something like that. So then that's the issue. Sometimes we have to practice compassion with wisdom. We don't have to put people in trouble. This way, I think there are so many examples we can see. But what is important is to understand where the stealing happens in our thoughts and how it arises and what we can do. All right, let's go to the next part because of the timing. And this is also interesting. Respect workplace resources. Don't take office supplies. Use company money for personal purposes or misuse organizational resources. A long time ago, there was an incident that one of the ministers of a different country went to a Western country, and then what happened? She was supposed to have her coffee and all the things like that in her hotel. She went there as a minister, and then what happened? She went to a very expensive coffee shop and ordered coffee, because at the end of the years, all the ministers, MPs have to declare their income and expenses. And then the people went into the records and they found out that she purposely went out of her 5-star hotel to have the other coffees. And then she had to resign from the cabinet portfolio. That was a very big incident in Canada, actually. It happened a long time. So, I mean, that's why sometimes we have to be very careful if you are like funded and all that, how not to misuse the funds and all that. All right, the last one, do not steal people's time. This is something we have discussed. Do not steal people's time opportunities. Do not deliberately take credit for someone's work, ideas, recognition, opportunity. Have you ever thought that other people can steal others' time? You are very punctual, right? I think about Sutta study 8:30, like you show up, like. But what is your nature to show up in other events? Are you a very punctual person? You try to be. So when you make a plan to meet someone, when you do anything in your life, it's better you try to be punctual. Why is it? Why is it very important to be punctual? Only when you are punctual, you can really commit to that activity. Now, when Buddhist practitioners, Arya Savakas, cannot be punctual, they cannot commit to their Dhamma work. They cannot commit to their cultivation. They say, today I finish all the work, only I can do my thing. Then every day you are having some excuses. Yes, sometimes you are busy, but you have to be committed. Then only you see the progress. Without being committed to the practice, you cannot see any progress in the activities you are doing. Otherwise, you are only earning knowledge, taking knowledge, and that's it. So the Buddha says not to steal anything. That also includes in modern world, not to steal other people's time. What do you think? Do you think that when you are not showing up for a certain thing again and again, not one time or two times, are you really stealing that person's time? As you're supposed to be, and that person could have done something else, right?
Yes.
So that's why, as a Buddhist Arya Savaka, we have to be very mindful about our punctuality. We have to try. I'm not saying you can be like that all the time. Try. When you are punctual, other people also try to be punctual too. Right? We learn it from the Buddha. What's the Pali word for punctuality? Pali word? Appamada. Appamada. Appamada means
Diligence.
diligence or punctuality. So then we have to be very careful whether we steal other people's time. That's a very good virtue, and then you are practicing adinadana in that nice way. All right, now we are going to look at some of the examples about how to encourage others also to do the same thing. Teaching your children to ask before taking. I think it's very interesting, right? Discourage piracy, the bad downloading, wrong downloading. Encourage academic honesty, plagiarization, cheating, right? And promote honesty in the workplace. And speak up when appropriate. Gently discourage friends or colleagues when they justify dishonest practices, right? So these are ways. I think you may have other ways also, but anyway, you are not going to acknowledge any type of, not going to tolerate any type of stealing in that way. That can be a problem to the practice. And then finally, what you call praising about this non-stealing, adinadana. I praise and adnana veramani. I praise and promote the value of non-stealing. Praise honest people publicly, right? Why is it very important to praise the people who are not stealing? So they will be more encouraged not to steal, right? When someone really trying to give something that was lost and you encourage that person. So the person will give an example to the other people, even to himself or herself, right? And then share stories of integrity. Tell inspiring stories about people who chose honesty even when dishonesty would have benefited them. Promote ethical business practices, support and recommend businesses that treat customers, employees, and creators fair. Teach the value of intellectual honesty. Create an atmosphere where honesty is respected. Use social media to promote integrity. Share messages, examples, and discussions showing why respecting others' property, work, money, and opportunities makes society better. So this way, we are learning that the Buddha asks Veḷudvāreyya people, not only you are going to avoid what you call in this case abstain from what was not given, you also have to encourage others to refrain, I would say, abstain from stealing, and also you speak good about abstaining from taking what's not given in your own what do you call circles. So then that means you are practicing threefold purification about not stealing. All right, so now we will take some time for any Q&A questions. If you have any questions, please raise your virtual hand and we will look at them and then see what we can answer. Right, any question? Yes, KBO, please.
Yes, Bante. This is actually regarding a case study on the law subject, and it is actually regarding the kids. School kids, where one of the boy borrowed, well, he said borrowed the eraser. He used the eraser of a friend without asking, but he returned the eraser back to the friend without the friend knowing. So the friend found out that someone used the eraser, and of course, they found who the person that used the eraser. So in that case, in Buddhism point of view, is that also considered as stealing?
Well, I think we have to look at that situation. I think these are very small kids, right?
Yes, small kids, school
Yeah,
kids.
because nobody using pencils if they are getting older, right?
Yeah.
Looks like a small one. So the small one didn't understand what he's doing. But actually, as we know, parents have to teach them earlier, right? As early as possible, not to do those things. But this kid was not instructed that way. And maybe he just wanted to finish maybe he just wanted to erase some part of what he drew or whatever. But anyway, he has to be taught about this because one day he is not going to steal, he's not going to take an eraser. He might take something much bigger than that because he or she might think that it's okay to use other people's stuff without asking. So I think in this particular case, I think if you don't know the age, then we cannot decide something very strongly. But what we can say is that perhaps the student didn't really understand what he or she is doing and then did it. But of course, it is a stealing. But on the other hand, parents have a role to teach that kid, right?
Thank you, Bante.
Yes, then Chua, please.
Thank you, Bante. What about the tale of Robin Hood? To my mind, as I understand Robin Hood, he has this volition of wanting to help the poor, and he stole from the rich as an approach. It wasn't a volition of him to want to steal from the rich. As I understand the tale, Bante, his volition was to help the poor, but his approach was to steal from the rich. What does Bante think about this?
What do you think? What do you think about what he did? Not the intention. Stealing.
Yes.
Stealing. That's why the Buddha said, now you are talking compassion. The Robin Hood story, the Sherwood, Robin Hood of Sherwood. And he's in that story, what we
Yes.
understand is that he is only looking at a certain side of the problem of problem in society, those impoverished people or whoever. But the problem is, according to Buddhism, I'm not talking the storyline, you cannot steal from some people and then to give away to some other people because it's a stealing. So I think Buddhism says compassion must be practiced with wisdom. So when compassion is not being practiced with wisdom, then people can come up with these ideas. So according to Buddhism, of course, that is not a good idea. Because then there may be another idea that all rich people have to be, their stuff have to be stolen and then given away among the other people, according to somebody thinks, right? So,
Yes,
of
yes.
course, that is not a Buddhist idea. I think it's kind of a socialist kind of a story that was made in their own way, but not in the Buddhist way. We are not looking at it. Of course, any reasonable grounds from the Buddhist perspective.
So, in other words, Bhante, even if it is treated as an action and not as an intention, it is still considered wrong in Buddhism.
Definitely.
That means,
Actually, it is relevant to wrong living. Now, not even stealing part. They are initially stealing, but then finally, what's happening is that wrong livelihood. Because the Buddha said, never steal other people's stuff, and even make a living for you and for other people, family or other communities. So
okay.
it is still definitely a akusala. Of course, they are going to fight with the other people and kill sometime, right? When you
Mm-hmm.
look at the story, right? So it is
Yes, yes.
creating a mess, actually, not even stealing, what you call unethical livelihood, and then so much other problems. According to Buddhism, let me tell you something very interesting. If you look at some of the very socialized suttas, like Kutadanta Sutta in Digha Nikaya, Buddha talks about the sources of the poverty. If Robin Hood in that story is going to address the social poverty, then that's people who organize the story must look at the Kutadanta Sutta. Buddha said, if the government is not really taking care of the poor people, especially trying to divide money properly, and then the taxing, and then the social welfare, as a matter of that, crimes are going to start.
Yes.
And of course, we don't see it in many other places. Buddha said one of the reasons of the crime is not that people are unethical, but because the rulers are not attending to the root causes of the poverty. And it was given in the Kutadanta Sutta by the Buddha. Of course, now think about it, in today's world, if young children, our what you call high schoolers or those who are going to finish the school, don't seem that they can really continue their higher studies, or perhaps they are looking for some easy routes to be successful. That's where they are going to end up in drugs, narcotic activities, and all that. That's why it's very important to really help the social system in the proper way, not in the wrong way. Yes, Barbara, you have a question?
Bhante, if a person has borrowed some money, but with an intention to return it, but he forgot, then later when he returns, the person should be complimented that, oh, thank you for remembering to return. I too forgot about the loan. So that's one way to give praise to honesty, isn't it? Is that correct?
If somebody has taken something that's not them, then
No. Has borrowed some money from a
okay,
friend, but
okay,
with the intention of returning it.
okay.
But he forgot, and after a while, he remembered and he returned. So it's good for this friend to also compliment him to say, oh, thank you for being honest and to return the money because I also forgot about it.
Yeah.
Forgot about the loan. So that's one way to praise
Now,
honesty.
yeah, the
Yes?
problem is we don't know how that person who forgot paying back
Uh-huh.
forgot, and what made him or her to forgot about it. Because normally, when you borrow some money from the lender, you have a responsibility to be mindful,
Yes, not
mindful
yeah.
when you are going to pay back and
Mm,
how,
mm,
right? I think, of course, in this situation, it's something okay because at least he paid back, and the other person who lended the money was also happy to take it. But I think it's not a nice situation. Every time somebody lends money, the other person is forgetting, and that person
Yeah.
is pushing the other lender into a really, that lender also has his life, right, to pay back the stuff and all that. So I think this is okay, but I think it's not perfectly okay. It's
Yeah, okay, good.
better
All right.
borrower create some mindfulness, some plans to pay back.
Right,
I
right.
think that's the
Thank
best way.
you. Thank you, Bante.
Yes, Melin, please.
Bante, I like just now the scenario that KB mentioned, because I believe that there are certain conditions to be met before either you've committed a crime or you have break a precept. For example, the boy maybe had no intention to keep the eraser and to deprive the owner of the eraser. So, like in law as well, there must be certain conditions in order for it to be considered a crime. So, Pandit, how about this scenario where you took an item, uh, thinking that you are taking something that doesn't belong to you, of course, but later on you find out it's actually free, it's a free gift, or it's for free distribution. So, do we break the precept?
Now, the problem is not the correct item or the wrong item. The problem is your negligence, that person's negligence. Okay. Now Buddhism is talking about the mental part, then the verbal, physical part.
Mental part.
So of course, when we look at it from the physical part, somebody grabbed something, of course, maybe wanted to steal, right? Because we don't clarify that intention, right? And later he or she finds out, no, it's a complimentary thing. But I stole the complimentary stuff, right? So the Buddha is telling us to make sure that you have no stealing attitude. In order to do that, we need some mindfulness, awareness about what I am picking up, what I'm grabbing, what I'm taking. This mindfulness, awareness is necessary. I think now in the boy's case, of course, it must be a very small one. But I think this could be the starting point of his life to even to take what was not given in the future. Take other people's stuff and then say sorry, maybe going to big trouble. I think that's why it's very important that parents have to really educate children, not even sending them to Dhamma school, but also teaching them what to do. I mean, of course, that was a very small incident, but that incident, if the parents don't really teach, whoever teach that person, then this person will carry and move forward onto a big thing. And in that, the second case, yes.
So, Bante, but the operative words are taking things that is not given. So you have to be very careful whenever we want to take anything, right? So we must ensure. So like for the monks, we kind of have to hand, even in offering food, we kind of have to hand over to them the dish or something like that, or at least in some traditions we carry the table and offer the food, something like that, because that is given, something that is truly given. Otherwise it's like Maylin's case, you're not sure, then it could be amounting to stealing, although it is actually given a public distribution. No, you know what I mean, Bante? So anything left on the table or anything, if it's not given, you ought not to touch. Can we say that
we
very
can make it,
strictly?
we can make it to a more clarified sense. Now think about someone offers dana. When you offer dana, the monks are saying, Imam Bhikkang Bhikkhu Sangha Sadema, and you are touching the whole table. And now the whole table was given to the Sangha. But Sangha cannot finish all these food, right? They will not finish all these food. So when the Sangha left, and you take everything back home. Those who were there. Then there should be some discussion. Anything that is left over in the dana place will have to be utilized in a proper way. I mean, have to be discussed with the senior Sangha member, whoever. So then it also refers to everything like that, because once you offer to the Sangha member, the things are going to be part of the Sangha. Monks, nuns who live in the past and now and in the future. So I think that example will clarify what you raise. Right?
Bante, I think thank you so much for your explanation. I can see that as Buddhists, we are very privileged because the Buddha's Dharma is actually, the whole aim is to help us to purify our minds. So it's actually more on a very subtle level. Like Bante says, it's the intention, it's the volition. So maybe when we were beginning as beginners or in the early stage of practice, when we observe Sīla, it's more on a very gross physical level. But actually, it's really ultimately it's very subtle. It is really on the mental level.
Actually,
Can I say that?
Sīla starting point is that subtle level which you mentioned. A lot of people think Sīla is starting from the gross level. Actually, Sīla, now the way how I explained to you, Sīla really start from the subtle level, and then you are making that way to the grosser level. Normally when you learn about Sīla, you always think, not killing, nobody killed. Now I even try to kill, but person didn't die, so I still have the precept. Right? That's what people think.
That's true.
I try to steal, but nothing was stolen, so I have the precept. I was tempted, but I didn't do anything wrong. So I have the Kamesamichachara Virapani. So that's not the way to think about it. Because Buddha said everything kusala, akusala start with a volition. So then how are we going to bypass volition? Just from a physical activity is going to intensify the volition. That's the difference. The volition will be more intensified towards kusala, akusala. All right. Yes, we have a question.
Bante, when we go for tour, then there's some complimentary drinks or slipper that they provide in the hotel room. So when we found out that the drinks is quite nice, then we took back home. Is it considered stealing also?
Okay, you are saying you are on a tour. In that tour, you have paid for your hotels, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then when you're checking out, you see that the complimentary stuff are still untouched, and you take some of them or all of them, complimentary stuff that were given to you into your hotel room, and you're taking them home. Is it akusala? Is it a adinadana?
Yeah.
I don't think it's adinadana. It was given to you.
Yeah, you paid for it. It's included
paid.
in your hotel bill.
Paid
The
for.
complimentary.
You don't bring the room to your house, right? So, right? You bring perhaps toilet papers or those what do you call toiletry and all that. If you really want it.
Oh,
Yes,
the
maybe the last.
shampoos.
Yes, maybe the last question, bit short. Yes,
Bante,
Jenny.
there's
Thank you,
a
Bante.
question in the chat room.
Okay, I'll take that too. Jenny, yes. Jenny, can you please unmute?
Yeah, sorry, Bante. Because I noticed that I'm talking for myself. There are certain conditions. I'm just giving a simple example. Like, for example, I go to walk in the park and I saw beautiful flowers. So automatically, there's an intention in my mind to pluck the flowers, but I know it's wrong. So I just stop it, abandon the idea. Then later, again, I go to another park, same thing, intention come again. So, and then I abandon again. But I notice this pattern always come again and again. Is it because I have not made enough effort to be disgusted with the idea?
Okay, let me tell you one thing and I will come to you. Maybe this will be the last question I'm taking from the crowd. There is a sutta somewhere in the Anguttara Samyutta Nikaya where a deva is approaching a monk. Okay? In that sutta, the deva says, "You stole." The monk was like astonished. "What did I steal?" "You sniff the flowers in this garden which I own."
Oh,
Yes. Then the monk said, "I just came here to meditate." "No, no, you smell my smell. I sniff the fragrance of the. You can't do that." Now you think about it. Your case is a bit more different, right? That means you have a habit. You have a habit of your mind. Your mind is conditioned whenever you go to a nice place, like a beautiful garden. When you see flowers, if it is possible to pluck some of them. I think that was a normal thing. But if it is yours, if it is like a rural area, uh, it could be something different. But what if that wherever you go to any park, any place, your mind is telling you, go pluck it, bring that home. I think that is happening because of your conditioned mind. Now you have to decondition your mind. No, they are beautiful flowers, but I don't have to do it. I don't have to do it. And because you try to avoid it. I think physically you are making an effort, that's good, but still mentally it's coming up, right? Because mental part is still conditioned. I think when you abstain from that habit for some time in the future, I think you will decondition your mind with regard to the flower plucking like that.
Is there any other more effort to deconditioning that
No,
pattern?
effort is more physical. Now here you have the effort. That's why you are avoiding it, but still you are mentally struggling, right? That means you have to decondition those conditions. So it takes time. Next time when you see the flowers, what you should think as number one, not flowers are beautiful, they are not mine. Tell yourself, when you see the beautiful, always beautiful flowers, but they are not mine. I think that's a good reminder not to pluck it. Unless you go buy something, from a flower shop or anything. All
Okay,
right,
thank
so
you,
the last
Bhante.
question, yes, last question in short is if someone has steal in the past, stolen, and is now feeling guilty about it, what can they do? Okay, very interesting. If this is something someone is going through, that person has to understand that was my past, and I'm not be the same person again, because I understand, according to Ambalatika Veḷudvāreyya Sutta, stealing is an akusala. I have to check my mind. And now I can do a lot of dana. Every time I feel about that, if I even not feeling like that now, I can do more kusala side. I can engage in more dana side. So I don't have to feel guilty about it. But even being remorseful about it, if you don't do anything good, of course, then it can create you a lot of guilty feelings. Always tell yourself that it was my past. I cannot fix my past, but I do Adinadana Veramani actions now in my life. Then I try to overcome anything. I will be more happy all the time about my life. That I won't be that same person like before. All right. So with that, we are now going to end our sutta discussion. And today we have been discussing the threefold purification of our Sīla with regard to not stealing. Today you learn that stealing is not to be concerned as a gross level stealing, physical stealing only. Stealing starts in our mind. So whenever stealing thoughts arise, you have to address them on the spot. Don't let it happen that way. Don't tolerate that. If you tolerate it, you will steal in your mind. You won't steal physically. But stealing has already happened in your mind because it's a volition. So we are trying to take care of us. We are trying to tell us, no, I have to check according to wise reflection. And then I'm going to practice threefold purification. So may all the good karmas you be making today by learning about the second part of the Adinadana, what we call this Veḷudvāreyya Sutta's discussion about Veḷudvāreyya teaching was Adinadana Veramani. May all these good karmas be transferred to all the departed one who passed away in the name of all of us. Today, the Sutta discussion is being sponsored by Brother Kenny Lim Keen Ho in concurrent of his birthday, and Sister Ong Kit Bin on the birthday of her beloved mother, Madam Lee Suan Eng. So let us think about, may all the departed ones who passed away in the name of Brother Kenny and Sister Ong receive all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayu. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayu. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayu. May Deva Naga Mahindika receive all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they in particular bless Sister Ong Kit Bin's mother. She is celebrating her birthday today, Madam Lee Suan Eng. And at the same time, Brother Kenny Lim for his birthday. So let us wish both Madam Lee Suan Eng and Brother Kenny Lim Keen Ho a happy birthday. May both of you be well, happy, peaceful. May Buddha Dhamma Sangha protect both of you. And Devanaga Mahindika give you all the blessings. At the same time, may all the good karmas we're making today be upon all Devanaga Mahindika. May they bless all of us for good health, quality of life, prosperity, safety, and happiness. May Devanaga Mahindika also finally attain the supreme bliss of me. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavata cha amhehi sambatang punya sankadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Ittavata cha amhehi sambatang punya sankadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Ittavata cha amhehi sambatang punya sankadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Akasattha ca Bhummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkhantu Sasanam. Akasattha ca Bhummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkhantu Desanam. Akasattha ca Bhummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkhantu Mang Parang Chirang Rakkhantu Tvam Sada. Sister, Dhammavish. Our Dhammavish is always to be surrounded with Kalyanamitas. And at the same time, may we become Kalyanamitas to as many sentient beings as we meet in our sasanic life till we attain Nibbana. With this noble intention, let us recite the stanza. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagamo Satang samagamo hotu yavanibbana patnya. Finally, may all the good karmas we be making today be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana siddhissa ichchang vardha prachayino chattaru dhamma vardhanti ayuvannu sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati samicchatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With those blessings, wishing you a pleasant good night till we see again next Friday.
Thank you,
Everyone
Bante.
have
Thank you,
Bante.
Bante.
Good night, everybody.
Sadhu,
Bante.
Thank you, Bante.
Good night, Bante.
Bante.
Thank you. Good night, Bante. Thank you.
Good night,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bante. Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.